Hello and welcome to another episode of the Expertly German podcast, the podcast to learn German. Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode des Expertly German Podcast, dem Podcast zum Deutschlernen. The saying of the week, der Spruch der Woche ist: Lügen haben kurze Beine. Lügen haben kurze Beine. Lies have short legs. That's the literal translation of this. And obviously, what it means is that lies will usually not get you very far and the truth will come out eventually. So, Lügen haben kurze Beine. We start today's episode with an exercise focused on prepositions, die deutschen Präpositionen. So I'm gonna say a sentence in English. Ich sage euch einen Satz auf Englisch, and you then have to translate it into German. I give you a moment of time. The focus here is prepositions and also to know which cases we use after prepositions and anyway, which prepositions to use at all. And I'm gonna help you to understand this topic of the German prepositions. So let's go. I have 6 sentences. So we start with the first one. I am playing against him. I am playing against, that's the preposition, him. How would you translate this into German? And you are probably right. Ich spiele gegen ihn. And so it's ihn because we use after gegen, after the preposition gegen, the accusative case. Ich spiele gegen ihn. I am playing against him. So the preposition gegen is against. Number 2, the lawyer speaks with the client or speaks to the client. In German, we would use with. The lawyer speaks with the client. How would you say that in German? You are on a roll today. Exactly. Der Anwalt spricht mit dem Kunden. Der Anwalt spricht mit dem Kunden. Which case do we use after mit? Exactly. We use the dative case, der Dativfall. So, der Anwalt is the lawyer. And so then just spricht, conjugated, normal stuff in the present tense. And then mit dem Kunden, dem is written with an M like mother. Mit dem Kunden. Cool. Sentence number 3. She goes to work. She goes to work. Easy peasy, right? So, sie geht zur Arbeit. Sie geht with an R, zur Arbeit. So here just zu, and after zu we use the dative case. Die Arbeit becomes zu der Arbeit, and we pull zu and der together to zur. All right, well, we will get there. Next one, number 4. Marcel, just random German name, I guess. Marcel can't go outside because of the storm. Marcel can't go outside because of, that's the preposition, because of the storm. Let's see if you know how to say this in German. If you've gotten this one right, you can really be proud of yourself. So here's the answer. Marcel kann nicht nach draußen gehen wegen des Sturms. And wegen is because of, and here we use the genitive case after wegen. So wegen des Sturms. Again, Marcel kann nicht nach draußen gehen wegen des Sturms. All right, this was sentence number 4. Let's go now to sentence number 5. I live in Berlin since 1 year. I live in Berlin since 1 year. So the preposition here is since. Do you know what that is in German? Exactly. It's the preposition seit. So, ich lebe seit einem Jahr in Berlin. After seit, we use the dative case. So, that's why das Jahr, ein Jahr becomes einem Jahr in the dative case. Ich lebe seit einem Jahr in Berlin. Beautiful. Let's now go to the last sentence, number 6. The green cup stands on the white table. So, this is a little bit like a bonus sentence. Why? Because you have adjective declinations in here. Those adjective declinations, I know. So obviously, we also have the stands on, the preposition on, which here is also a little bit tricky. So sentence number 6 is really challenging. The green cup stands on the white table. Okay, so the geniuses amongst you, or just people who listen to this podcast for a while, know that the answer is die grüne Tasse steht auf dem weißen Tisch. Again, die grüne Tasse. So grün, grüne has an E at the end. So die grüne Tasse, because it's a nominative, steht auf. Auf is the preposition here for on a surface, and it's a two-way preposition. And here we use the dative case. Why? Listen to some other episodes. I'm explaining it there. We are using the dative case here because it's a location, not where to, but where. And then auf dem weißen. So at the end of the weiß is an E and an N like North Pole, and then just Tisch. Auf dem weißen Tisch. All right. So if you had all of those sentences correct, you are a genius and you know the German grammar pretty well. If not, don't worry. This was not so easy to know all of this perfectly correct. That's why we are practicing here together. Cool. So now, in order to improve your German understanding and also vocabulary, we go now to the news in German. I will say the sentences in German and then I will translate them into English. Before we continue with the episode, just a little reminder, you can find the transcript of the podcast in the show notes below. Also, I just launched a 10-week program that teaches you German. There are two programs available, one for A1 levels and one for A2 to B1 level. And the good thing about this program is that I will send you material, videos, homework, and quizzes throughout the week when you join the program. And then in the weekly group session, we will discuss the topic that I've sent you per email. So this is a great way to learn by yourself and also to learn it with others and with me and practice speaking, but also learning the grammar at your own pace. I think this is really valuable for people who kind of want to immerse themselves more into the German language in various ways. And the program is also priced pretty well. So go to my website, expertlygerman.com, and click on 10-week program. Thema Nummer 1, Topic Number 1. Eröffnung der Paralympischen Spiele. Opening of the Paralympics. Wie üblich starteten die Paralympics kurz nach dem Ende der Olympischen Winterspiele am gleichen Austragungsort Peking. So, as usual, the Paralympics have started shortly after the Olympic Winter Games have ended at the same site, same location in Beijing, Peking, Beijing. Am 4. März fiel der erste Startschuss und es treten knapp 700 Athleten und Athletinnen aus rund 50 Nationen an. On March 1st, the first Startschuss, I don't know how to translate this exactly here, the starting shoot, right? The Startschuss when you have the Olympic Games. And almost 700 athletes, Athleten und Athletinnen, masculine, feminine, from around 50 nations are participating. Aufgrund der aktuellen Ereignisse wurde das russische und belarussische Team ausgeschlossen. Because of the current situation, the Russian and the Belarus team were excluded from the games. Während der Paralympischen Spiele messen sich die besten Sportler mit Behinderungen und treten in 30 verschiedenen Disziplinen gegeneinander an. Let me say this sentence quickly again, just so that it sounds more natural. Während der Paralympischen Spiele messen sich die besten Sportler mit Behinderungen und treten in 30 verschiedenen Disziplinen gegeneinander an. So during the Paralympics, the best athletes with disabilities compete against each other in 30 different disciplines. Deutschland wird von 17 Sportlern und Sportlerinnen vertreten, zu denen Monoskifahrerin Annalena Forster und der Biathlet Martin Fleig gehören. Germany is being represented by 17 athletes, including mono-ski racer Annalena Forster and biathlete Martin Fleig. And the next news topic: Köln testet Wasserbusse. Cologne is testing water buses. Der Fluss Rhein trennt nicht nur die Stadt Köln in zwei Hälften, sondern auch viele Bewohner von ihrem Arbeitsplatz. So the River Rhine is not only separating Cologne into two parts, but also many residents from their workplace. Täglich müssen tausende Pendler den Rhein mit öffentlichen Verkehrsmitteln wie zum Beispiel dem Bus oder der Bahn überqueren, um zur Arbeit und wieder nach Hause zu kommen. So daily, thousands of commuters, the word commuters is Pendler, so daily thousands of commuters have to cross the Rhine using public transport like bus or the train to get to their workplace and back home. Um das Verkehrsnetz der Stadt zu entlasten, will Köln, ähnlich wie bereits Hamburg, auch Schiffe einsetzen, die auch Wasserbusse genannt werden. To unburden the transport system, Cologne will, similarly to the city of Hamburg, use ships in the future, which are also referred to as water buses. Die Schiffe müssen allerdings so einiges mit sich bringen, um wirklich eine Entlastung zu sein. Es müssen zum Beispiel mindestens 100 Fahrgäste gleichzeitig Platz haben und die Mitnahme von Fahrrädern muss möglich sein. These ships will have to be capable of many things to truly be a relief for the transport system. For example, at least 100 people need to find place in the buses, and also taking bicycles with you should be possible or has to be possible. Auch die Umwelt und die Betriebskosten spielen eine große Rolle, denn Hamburg hat bereits die Erfahrung gemacht, dass der Betrieb von Schiffen nicht kostendeckend ist und das Verwenden von Dieselmotoren ist auch schädlich für die Umwelt. The environment and the operating costs play also a huge role because, based on the experience in Hamburg, operating ships will not be cost covering, and because of the usage of diesel engines, the environment will also suffer. And the last topic: Umverteilung von Geflüchteten in Berlin. Distribution of refugees in Berlin. Seit Tagen kommen mehrere tausende Flüchtlinge aus der Ukraine in Berlin an. Und daher meldet der Berliner Flüchtlingsrat, dass die Hauptstadt bereits total überlastet ist. For several days, thousands of refugees arrive in Berlin from the Ukraine, and therefore Berlin's Council for Refugees reports that the capital is already overloaded. Daher entschied das Bundesministerium, dass Flüchtlinge auf Ankunftszentren in anderen Bundesländern umverteilt werden sollen. Therefore, the federal ministry decided to redistribute refugees to other arrival facilities in other states. Bislang sind bereits knapp 38.000 Kriegsflüchtlinge in Deutschland eingetroffen und registriert worden. Until now, almost 38,000 war refugees have arrived and have been registered in Germany. Allerdings könnte die Zahl bereits viel höher sein, da an der Grenze zu Deutschland keine Kontrollen stattfinden. However, the number could be already much higher since no checking is being done at the borders. Okay, so this is the end of today's episode. I hope you learned some German. You had the opportunity to improve your German first with the prepositions and then with listening to news, me saying them in German, and hopefully you understanding them and expanding your vocabulary. Please join my 10-week program. Go to expertlygerman.com and book a quick discovery call with me to find out how I can best help you. Cheers, guys, and bis bald.